Foundry Radio is performed for a live studio audience in Flagstaff, Arizona, America. This episode, The Flagstone 4, episode 51, Frontiertown, part 2. Starring Kaylee Ryan as Tucker Ferguson, Dunya Cook as Emma Savory, Dapper Dre as Marley J, and Jeff McCarroll as Rex. Also starring Sarah Andrews as Penelope, and Sean Parsons as Dark Bart and the real train conductor. The Flagstone 4 is narrated by Christian Tripp, episode written and directed by Mayor Schumacher, and produced by Chelsea Carnes.
Humble Frontiertown, an evil lurks in the form of Dark Bart. It strikes, casting fear using Disney songs throughout the day and night. To whom will Frontier townsfolk turn when villains come around? The conductor, Enrivo Girl, Hemp Hero, and Rex, the Talking Hound, the Flagstone 4. When we last left our superheroes, they were at the OK Corral in Frontiertown, Flagstone's Wild West amusement park. They were in disguise. Tucker as a train conductor, Emma as a dog, Rex as a saloon girl, and Marley as a postal worker. They just learned that the villain Dark Bart is tying a singer, server, social media influencer named Penelope to the railroad tracks without mutual consent.
Be our guest, tie a rope around your chest, and the train will do the rest.
You'll never get away with this. This goes way beyond #MeToo.
Of course they'll get away with it. Everyone does. Movie producers, financiers, heads of state. If someone calls for you, they'll tell them you're tied up at the moment.
Brown, Bart, what made you like this? Why are you so evil?
Well, I've never told this to anyone, but since you're going to die in a few minutes, I'll tell you my story. When I was a child, my parents died in a freak accident on Splash Mountain. I was thrown from the ride and saved only because Goofy broke my fall. From that day on, Goofy raised me as his own. As a result, I have a complicated relationship with both dogs and Disney music.
Thank God I've got superheroes coming to save me.
You mean those nerds at the saloon? Yeah, sure, they'll save you. Don't teach so. Now tell me, what's the address? How many W's does it have?
Bart finishes tying Penelope to the tracks and mounts his black horse.
To the train, Bojack! The superhero should be taking my bait and rushing the train right about now.
Dark Bart gallops off towards the train. Meanwhile, back at the OK Corral.
Come on, superheroes, we have to get to the train now. Who knows how to ride a horse? And where's Tucker?
Tucker headed towards the train a little while ago. We can meet him there.
I can't believe Dark Bart is playing Be My Guest while he kills Penelope. Why couldn't it be Under the Sea? That's got more reggae. Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, smoking that weed.
Look, there goes the 4 o'clock tumbleweed. That means the next train leaves in 3 minutes.
The 403 to Yuma. Let's grab the horses out front of the crowd.
I don't know how to ride a horse exactly. I did get a My Little Pony for my birthday last year, though. It was a brony-themed party.
Emma gallops off towards the train station, overtaking the 4 o'clock tumbleweed on the way. Rex and Marley's horses take off right behind her.
Just hang on, Marley.
In the meantime, Tucker arrives at the train depot just before departure. Happy tourist families are boarding the train ready for a pleasant ride. The ticket taker waves Tucker on the train, amusing he's a real train conductor.
All aboard! Train leaves in 1 minute.
The whistle blows, and the train starts to chug out of the depot. Tucker walks down the aisle past the passengers towards the locomotive car. Tucker enters the locomotive and joins the real train conductor.
Oh, I didn't know I was getting a co-pilot today. Great!
At your service, sir. Where's the whistle in this train?
Same as on all trains, right here. You just pull this white rope.
Tucker pulls the rope.
Oh, that feels so good.
Well, I got a sentiment about a horse. Can you take the helm for a few minutes? It's on auto conductor, so you don't need to do anything.
Oh, heck yeah, I'll drive this train. Take your time.
The actual conductor leaves the locomotive as Tucker stands proudly surveying the gauges and lights. In the meantime, Emma, Rex, and Marley gallop around the corner of Main Street to the train station and see that the train has left.
We can catch the train, boys. Keep galloping.
I could go faster if this cursed corset wasn't pinching me.
I could go faster if my dog costume had opposable thumbs.
I could go faster if I had smoked sativa instead of
If we get to the track switching lever, we can alter the path of the train and save Penelope.
But moral wrongs are already in place in this situation. Pulling the lever constitutes participation in a moral wrong.
Well, that's one point of view, but another is the utilitarian view, which asserts that it's obligatory to steer the track with no person on it.
Are you really choosing the consequentialist ethical system over the deontological ethical system?
Yeah, simply being present in this situation and being able to influence its outcome constitutes an obligation to participate.
I'm going to ride ahead to the lever and make a decision when I get there.
Okay, but consider consequentialism!
Rex rides ahead, petticoats bouncing on the saddle.
Hey, Emma, isn't that the dark dude up there?
Emma and Marley, now galloping alongside the train, can see Bart on top of the last rail car.
Come up, Super Zeros. See what I did there?
No.
I equated you with nothingness. I feel really superior to you. It's a whole new world. It's a something or other view from here. Well, hey, I like your costumes. What are you, a dog and a sailor? If you had a cop and a construction worker, you could be the village people.
Emma guides her horse next to the train. She stands up and jumps from her horse's back to the back of the train.
Whoa, that was awesome, Emma. I didn't know you could do that.
Miss Teen Rodeo 2013. You should see me barrel racing. No, hurry. You do the same thing.
No way.
Marley's horse is galloping next to the train as he hangs on for dear life. Emma reaches out towards him.
Marley, grab me for all you're worth.
Emma, you know, I really like you, but I don't like you that way.
Emma reaches out from the train over the railing and puts Marley in a bear hug.
Jump!
Emma manages to get Marley off the horse and onto the train.
Okay, up to the top of the rail car. Here's the ladder.
We cut to Tucker relaxing in the locomotive sitting in the conductor's seat.
Looks like we're up to 60 miles per hour. Excellent. Maybe it can go faster.
Penelope sees the train hurtling towards her and desperately struggles against the ropes to no avail.
Curses! It's coming faster than ever. Help! Someone help!
Back on top of the rail car, Bart moves one car forward. The wind rushing across the top of the train forces Marley and Emma to lean forward to walk. The scenery rushes by in a blur.
I've got a poem for you like I leaves at every train I rob. Use your heart and use your head. Try a little jogging. If you don't want to end up dead, then watch out for your noggin.
Bart jumps off the train just as it turns a corner. Marley and Emma see that the train is going to pass under a trestle in a matter of seconds.
Marley, get down!
Emma and Marley flatten themselves against the top of the train and they can feel the metal beams brush across their backs as they pass under the bridge.
Whoa, that was trippy. Now I'm glad I smoked that indica.
By now, Rex is standing by the train, switch lever pondering what to do. The train is barreling towards Penelope.
Is not deciding really deciding? Or what would Nietzsche say? Whatever Superman does is necessary. But I don't have to pull the lever if I get to Penelope first.
Rex gallops over to Penelope, and with the train bearing down on them, he starts to untie her ropes. In the locomotive, Tucker discovers something he hadn't noticed in the engine room. A red cable hanging from the ceiling.
I wonder what this thing does. Maybe it's a louder whistle.
Tucker pulls the red rope, and the train lurches and slows suddenly.
I wonder what that was. I better get this thing going fast again. Where's the faster button?
Marley and Emma, who lost their footing when Tucker pulled the red cable, grab onto the rail car to keep from falling off.
We've got to get to the conductor and tell him to stop the train and not just slow it down.
The train bears down, getting closer and closer to Penelope. Rex frantically tries to undo the remaining knots.
I knew you'd come.
Emma and Marley reach the locomotive car and see Tucker at the driver's seat.
Stop the train, Tucker!
Oh yeah, love that sound. What? I can't hear you. The whistle is too loud.
Stop on the whistle, dude! I think she said stop the train!
Pull whatever thing you pulled a few minutes ago.
Tucker gives the red cable another tug, and the train screeches to a crawl, moving more and more slowly. It finally halts a hair's breadth from Penelope just as Rex unties the last knot and Penelope is free. Emma jumps out of the locomotive to see Rex and Penelope beside the tracks.
Thank God. Penelope, are you okay?
What took you so long?
Sorry, we had to decide between consequentialism and deontology.
Oh, the trolley problem.
But we've got no time to waste. Bart got away and we've got to capture him.
The team grab their horses and gallop back to town. It's the pre-dinner lull, and the dusty main street is deserted. When they arrive at the Dark Bart Saloon, Penelope motions for them to move behind a building.
Somehow we've got to get Bart out of the saloon so we can catch him. You know, there is one thing he can't resist. Rex, are you ready for the assignment of a lifetime?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
According to the last tumbleweed, it's 5:05.
Perfect.
They make a plan. Rex gathers his skirts, tightens his corset, and opens his fan with a snap. He does a sexy walk towards the saloon and enters through the swinging doors. The other superheroes and Penelope remain out of sight behind the post office watching Rex walk.
Wish I had a swing like that on my back porch. Mental note, get a porch swing.
Rex enters the saloon.
Well, you must be the illustrious Dark Bart, train robber, poet, webmaster, and very handsome man.
That's right. And who might you be, little lady?
Well, I'm the new girl, Roxy.
Yes, you are. Pretty nose, floppy ears, foxy Roxy. Kind of early for the dinner shift, though, aren't you?
I actually stopped by to tell you about a horse I have for sale. I hear you are a purveyor of fine horse flesh.
Indeed, I am. I like a spirited filly with plenty of stamina.
Well, is that right? Well, I like a broad-chested stallion that's been ridden hard and put up wet.
Is that right? I've always been partial to horses that will take you all the way there and back again. You know, both ways.
Well, that's very interesting. I like a horse that has a big brown spot on its side and makes a delicious Denver omelet, if you know what I mean.
Let's go take a look at this horse. Then we can finish this conversation later.
Rex in disguise and Bart step through the swinging doors and out onto the main street.
She's just right over here, parked in front of the post office.
Rex and Dark Bart walk down Main Street towards the post office. Marley, Tucker, and Emma appear from behind the building, 3 abreast walking towards them. A lasso flies out from behind the post office and lands around Bart's shoulders. Penelope steps out holding the other end of the rope.
Oh, you can't outsmart me that easily. I can still get to my gun.
Bart pulls his revolver from the holster and points it right at our heroes.
Yes! Let me go or I'll blow your heads off and teach you something about the circle of life.
You turned the tables all right, Bart. I'd love to discuss how you did it for 11 more seconds. 10, 9.
Bart pulls back the hammer of his revolver. His finger tightens on the trigger.
3, 2, 1.
At that exact second, the 5.15 tumbleweed rolls in and knocks Bart to the ground. Rex grabs Bart's gun from his hand just as it fires. Penelope and Emma tie the rope securely around Bart. Rex tears off his saloon girl hat and gloves to reveal his canine realness.
I'm not one of your singer-server social media influencers. I'm Rex, the talking hound.
Well, nobody's perfect, but I still think you're pretty cute. And we both really like horses.
Ooh.
Maybe you could visit me while I'm in prison?
That was nice roping back there, Penelope.
Well, I was Miss Teen Rodeo 2015.
Are you kidding me? I was Miss Teen Rodeo 2 years earlier. Penelope, do you think you could stay around and get to know a socially and environmentally conscious superhero a little better?
Emma reaches her hand out to Penelope, and Penelope takes it gently, looking into Emma's eyes. She holds Emma's hand to her cheek.
I'd like that. But the wind is my mother. The highway is my father. The sunset is my brother. My uncle is a cactus. My little sister is going to school to be a chaperone. And in other words, I was born to wander. But if you're ever in trouble and you need me, you know what to do, right?
Whistle? Just put my lips together and blow?
I was thinking maybe you could text me.
Right.
Penelope gets on her horse. Her horse rears up and paws the air, and Penelope rides off into the sunset.
It's okay, Emma. There's plenty of other cow people in the rodeo.
I know what would cheer you up. Let's go home and watch High Noon or Blazing Saddles.
Or My Little Pony.
Thanks, guys. That sounds good.
They walk 4 abreast towards the sunset. Frontiertown and Flagstone are safe for another day. Danger has come and gone. The Flagstone 4 protect the good from dusk until dawn. But how long will the safety last? How long will all be well? What will the Flagstone 4 face next? Only time will tell.